The question went in the first half watching Eli to, wow, what team is he going to start for next year if he wants to keep playing, to the second half going, do you think he's going to get another start? Is Daniel Jones healthy? And then is he going to retire at the end of this year?
I think at this point, if you're the Giants, there's no reason to trot Daniel Jones back out there. Like, if he is not 100% healthy and you don't have reasons, I'm keeping him on the injury report, and I'm letting Eli finish out the season.
Listen, that is going to be a great discussion going forward. But for this game specifically, I thought Jason Fitz hit on something very interesting on my way in this morning on First and Last. You kept hearing Joe Tess and Booger, when they talked about Eli, saying he doesn't want to be a backup.
Right.
He doesn't want to be a coach. In other words, that's what either Eli or the people around the Giants were telling them about Eli. So that means one of two things. Either he wants to go somewhere or play next year, or he is going to say, it's been a great run.
Yeah.
I have no interest in holding the clipboard. Because Eli said it was boring. Like, being the backup was boring because you never got to do anything.
And you think about this offseason, where could he go? But you also think about other veterans that are going to be out there. Andy Dalton, Jameis Winston probably, Marcus Mariota,
Cam Newton potentially.
Cam Newton in a trade possibly, Derek Carr, maybe. We don't know. So there's, forgetting even the rookies that are going to be coming in, all the veterans that may be out there, will he have a landing spot somewhere to be a starter? You'd love to see him out there for the rest of the games. I don't know how that's going to go, because we know how pro football works, man. If you're healthy and you're the starter, you're usually going to start. This obviously is a different situation. You know his time is going to be up with the Giants because he's not going to go back there to be the backup quarterback. So this next week, they're home against Miami. Do you give him that start and make it his last start at home if Daniel Jones is going to be better? Because then you're on the road to Washington, and then you finish up at home against the team you played last night in the Philadelphia Eagles. But it does seem like this guy would deserve that one more game at home. Does it have to be the last game? Probably not, if you don't want it to be. But to have one more game trot out as a starting quarterback, I think would be a cool thing for, again, a team that's going nowhere this year.
That's the thing. You're in a position to do this as an organization. And we've seen how organization-wide these decisions are in the past. We remember that while it was Eli Manning being benched by the coach in favor of, I forget who the backup even was when they decided to break the streak.
That would be Geno Smith.
Geno Smith.
They benched him for Geno Smith.
But that was a decision that we said that had to go all the way up to the top. There's no way the decision with Eli Manning was just being made by Ben McAdoo at that point. And so how they choose to address this, I'm sure, will be an organization-wide decision, knowing that.
Their next home game is next week against Miami.
Miami, right. Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, right? I think it would be the right thing to have him out there. And by the way, if Daniel Jones is not a million % healthy, what's the point? What's the point of trotting him out there?
That's what I mean. Like, if here's anything wrong, if there's a toenail out of joint, I'm keeping him on the injury report, so I've got reason to say we're going to keep him on the shelf this week. We want to make sure and preserve our future. Let's give this guy one last
And then there's the other side of it, too, of I think for any Giant fan, they were happy at least in seeing Eli play well, at least in the first half.
Right.
But still lose.
Yeah, to maintain their
because
draft
right
status.
now, Cincinnati has that lock on the first pick and a quarterback, probably a Joe Burrow, and the Giants have that lock on the second pick, and they have their quarterback, so you're looking at Chase Young.
Right.
So now there are some 3-win teams, so they're right in that midst there of now again, Eli is proving what Eli is. Eli's a 500 quarterback.
Correct.
Right? I mean,
exactly
his
right.
record now is 116 and 117, which should have nothing to do with where he's going to end up down the road eventually.
So he's losing quarterback.
He's one game under 500 quarterback.
He's a quarterback whose teams have lost more games
Give the man
than
a
they've
chance to get to 500, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, if they finish up with that game against the Eagles, I'd even start, even if Daniel Jones is healthy and ready to go, give him the first drive.
Let him have the curtain call.
Let him have the first drive, right? Let him have the first drive, and we'll see what happens there.
See, I don't think he'd want that.
Well, he didn't want that. He didn't want that to keep his streak alive a couple of years ago.
Right.
He was not. But to me, I think this is different. If it's his last game and it's the last game he'll ever play as the Giants quarterback at his home stadium, I think he would be okay with being trotted
That'd be
out
interesting.
there.
I don't know
I
if
think
he
it's
would.
a totally different circumstance.
It is different circumstance, but I don't know.
I also think you just let him play in that game.
Yeah, I do
the last game of the season. Again, even if Daniel Jones comes back for the next couple, wear and tear over those couple of games, you maybe take some liberties there with the way you discuss it, and then why not let him start? again, just because of who he is for that organization.
Right. So it's all about ceremony, basically, for the Giants.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content plus live streaming, make sure to subscribe to ESPN Player.